Oh, wow. Looks pretty good. There. That's better. Perfect. I'm going to go share the video. So whoever's watching, give me 1 second. It's going to be like a Q&A. 1 second. Okay. So there's 8 of us on here right now. How's the quality, guys? Can't really. There we go. What's up? Now I can see comments. I couldn't see any chat messages before. What's up, Bill? What's up, Woodhouse? What's up, Brandon? What's up, Leonardo? Okay, perfect. Quality looks good on my end. I don't even know if I need that. No, I don't need the extra light. It's too focused anyways. There. That'll work. Perfect. Okay, guys. I'm just sitting here editing, and I figured YouTube's doing some new features for live, so I wanted to check them out and kind of see what you guys are up to. So yeah, just start asking questions, I guess, if you guys have any. Otherwise, we'll kind of just hang out until we get some more people. There's 10. We got 10 people now. Yeah, basically, channel update. I gotta go and turn the YouTube off in the other room because I can hear my voice feeding back. It's pissing me off. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Yeah, quick update. Started a new arm wrestling show with two other dudes, Chris Gobby and Herman Stevens. It's really cool. You guys should check it out. Next week's show will be on Thursday. Okay, hold on. Why don't these comments stay? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Give me 3 good reasons why any normal person would want to live in northern Minnesota. Because they like the cold, families here. Well, that doesn't mean you want to live here, but that was a joke, guys. Come on. I don't know, man. I've born and raised here my whole life. I like the idea of winter in the summer. No, wrong. Summer in the winter. It's just too hard, dude. It's way too hard. To move costs a ton of money, and we're looking to build our house. So realistically, if we move, that puts building a house off for quite a while. Why don't my messages stay? Yeah, they don't stay up. That's crazy. Oh, there we go. Hey, Lightning Crib. Northern Minnesota is great. There's a lot. What advice can you give to beat a fatter person in arm wrestling? Leverage. If you're a smaller dude, I don't even want to say weaker, but if you're smaller or are a little unsure of your arm wrestling abilities, just post. Use leverage. If your hand and wrist is weak, I don't got much for you, man. You really have to have a lot of up and kind of, it has to. You're not going to be able to do much without your hand and wrist. It sucks, but not every match is going to hook. So if you want to beat people easy, I'd for surely say just post. It's Nolan. Oh, that makes sense. I am smaller, but I have longer limbs. That is the same position that I'm in. I'm about 165, 170 pounds, but I'm better part of 6 foot. We'll just call 6 foot. Might be a hair less or a hair more. I can't see your guys'. Oh, there we go. Thanks for the advice. I'll get strong wrist. Yeah, realistically, arm wrestling, always be cupping. Always be cupping. You can never not cup enough. Go first. Don't be late. Yeah, Daniel's right. If you're focused on bracketed tournaments, yeah, you got to be fast. Being fast is everything. You can beat a lot of people who aren't even nearly as strong as you if you're just faster. But this is arm wrestling, not drag racing. So if you're fast and that's how you beat people, that's awesome. But if you slow pull a guy and you look like somebody fucking pulled your pants off, you're probably training the wrong things too much. You got to be able to stop a match, get into a position and stay there for a minute. And that's even being pretty conservative. Hold on. By doing coaching Ray kettlebell exercises. Oh, yeah. I don't have any kettlebells. I do follow that channel a lot. They got some good stuff. Some stuff's just repetitive. I'm not a huge fan of watching the same arm wrestling training videos over and over again. That's why I don't make any training videos, because arm wrestling is super simple. It's 4 big movements: rise, rotate, cup, and a little bit of supinate. Not a whole lot, but do those things and you'll get good at arm wrestling. Simple. You can overcomplicate it and add in a bazillion different handles and angles, but really it all boils down to the big 3 or the big 4 movements. That's it. Get those down. get good within those movements, and everything should just fall into place. It might take a couple of years, but you'll see some pretty good gains. More important than anything than even knowing how to train for arm wrestling is knowing who to train with for arm wrestling. Find a good team or at least a couple of pros. I mean, just bug them. Bug them until they will train with you or until they accept money from you to train. Other than that, yeah, just the training is pretty easy, guys. I mean, just, yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, your question is up, Leonardo. I'm trying to go back to it. It doesn't show up now, man. So what's your question, Leonardo? I don't have it. I can't see it. Okay, Christopher Robinson. Best advice to go against longer arm guys. You have short arms. You got two options. You can, well, I mean, you have tons of options, but here's the options that I would go. If somebody who has a taller arm than me, and they're probably, it feels like they're going to top roll, if you know your hand's going to go back out of the straps and it's going to be quick that way, then just try and slip and get to the straps, and you got way more options in the strap. Other than that, if you're going to try and stay out of the strap, you're going to want to get these two fingers immensely strong. And when that dude rises his hand way, way up, you're going to have to contain and clamp with those bottom 2-3 fingers. And if you can keep him from rotating and you turn him palm under or palm up, you could probably, I mean, it depends on what kind of guy, what the different levels, strength gap, stuff like that. Yeah. Shorter arms versus taller arms. I'm kind of the bad person to ask for that because I have really long, like, we're talking long arms, man. Just try and contain. If you're going to try and stop somebody with taller arms, if they're going to top roll, you got to work on containment, your hand and wrist. You always got to work on your hand and wrist, but that's the most important for that. Let's get to some more questions here. Okay. Hey man, what kind of set rep ranges do you use for your arm wrestling specific exercises? George Ferris. Set rep ranges. I tend to do 5 sets per movement, whatever it is, depending on which of the big set of movements I'm working on, whether it be rising with a belt over my fingers, or if I'm pronating with the belt across the back of my hand, or if I'm cupping or supinating. I mean, realistically, I try and keep my reps around the same. If I'm doing just basic training, it's starting off, I think, yeah, I do 20, try and hit 20 reps, then 12, then 8, then 4. So 4 sets. It all depends on, too. You kind of got to just play everything by ear. Okay. Hold on. And, rep ranges. Full range for recovery, George. And if you're trying to lift heavy or even medium, I mean, you don't have to go full range. You're going to get stronger under time under tension. So the longer you hold in certain positions is going to get you stronger in that position. That's why I like to use bands a lot, because it just keeps the pressure on the whole time. Winter's bite. Wow, everyone you just said about arm wrestling made it seem simple. People like Coaching Ray, I think, make it complicated. Thanks. I'm going to watch this full stream. I'm not so smart. That seems like a troll account. I'm dumb, dude. I'm only 5 years in. I'm not genius when it comes to arm wrestling, but you're correct. A lot of people make arm wrestling seem entirely too complicated. It's really get stronger coming up on the table, get stronger going this way on the table, get stronger going this way on the table, and this way. It's easy. It's simple. Basic physics, mechanics. Oh, Leonardo, Arambula. Your bicep and forearm measurements. Sorry for my bad English. My forearm's 12.5 inches and my biceps 14 inches. Hasn't changed in 5 years. I have small arms. Kind of the same situation that Devin's in, where people think his arms are massive and his arms actually aren't massive. There, fix the camera for you guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking my sweatshirt off because it's really cold in Minnesota. It's negative 20 today. But, like, there's my arm. Length, 14 inches, 12-inch forearm. They're not big, man. It's all in. What matters is what's inside. How dense your muscle fiber and how big your tendons are. It has nothing to do with size. People with the big, gigantic muscles really don't mean shit to me. Those guys blow up quick, and they can only arm wrestle for 20, 30 seconds most of the time. Being smaller, you hold less lactic acid in your muscles, so you tend to get less blown up. That's just my opinion. Okay. Bill Brohard. When will Michigan State pros be ready? Okay. Hey, Bill. You asked me this on another question. I'll say it to you again in simple terms. The tournaments get filmed and edited in the order that they were filmed. So pros will be last. And I've got 3 events that I'm still working on. I don't get contracted to edit the footage. That's all done on my own time. Normally, yes, I do get it done a lot faster. But peak season hit this year at UPS, and I've just gotten behind, straight up. I'm trying to get it done. And then when lots of people ask for more videos faster, the trouble with that is the more videos I put out, the less amount of traction newer videos get because they get pushed down further. Believe it or not, I have 10,000 subscribers. Most videos get 500 views. Yeah. Think about it, guys. Think about it. When I ask people to share videos, it's not because I don't want them to get watched. I want more people to watch them, so then I make more videos. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense to release a new video every day if it gets pushed back. That's how that works. Sorry it's taking a long time, but they'll get done when they get done. What are my arm wrestling goals? To be ranked number 1 or just pulling and having fun? From the Press 88. These are some Canadian viewers. What's up, Kelly? What's up, Dustin? Arm wrestling goals. I want to be the best in the Midwest, right and left-handed. That's kind of my goal right now for 2019. I'd like to top the charts at 154 pounds, 70 kilos. There's not a world ranking or even a North American ranking, but the ranks are still kept on the Northeast board for the Midwest for lots of weight classes. I'm pretty sure Josh takes care of a lot of them. Yeah, that's it. Right now I'm ranked 3rd in the Midwest left-handed, and I'm ranked 6th in the Midwest right-handed. But anyone who trains with me knows that my right is definitely my dominant arm. It's just my left does better on paper. I think it's because I don't really care too much about it. Less stress, less anxiety. Tournaments, I kind of overthink right-handed and just don't do as well. Plus the draw's a little bit bigger for right hand. There's more talent, more guys who are stronger. And I just get crappy draws. I really do. It's been my luck as an arm wrestler. I'd normally draw 1st and 2nd and go 0-2, and it just happens. Losing's part of the process. If you can't lose, and if you can't lose a lot, you're in the wrong sport. Knock it off, dude. Dog's freaking out. I'll let you see him, you guys. See, he's down there wanting attention. He ain't gonna get it. He knows what's going on. Okay. Of course, pulling and having fun is also priority, Kelly. I'll be doing a lot of traveling, trying to get up to Canada this year. Who do you think will win between Levon or Dennis Saplinkov? Winter's bite. Dennis. Dennis is going to push right through him. No one's ready for that strength right now. I'm sorry. That's my honest opinion. Gino Rossellini. That's the best arm size, I think, is you get a lot of leverage. If you look at a lot of the lighter welterweights, middleweights, some of the people that dominate have long, thin arms, i.e. Hoagland. Hoagland's actually got short, compact arms, man. He's a tricep presser for the most part. You would probably be thinking about Nicholas Nonestad. That dude is tall, tall, tall. Nolan asks, have you ever felt that it's too heavy a load to edit all of these videos? Sometimes, not realistically. If I have enough, space or time in my schedule, depending on how work's going, I can normally get a new video done every day easily. And the channel's almost at a point where I should be uploading every day, but not gonna lie, you guys need to share more. Otherwise, it just doesn't make it beneficial. It's got to be shared. Otherwise, I can't justify putting out new content just to have it get pushed back. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I really do appreciate the shares, guys. It means everything. The internet/media world is a crazy place. And if you're not constantly being shared or at least talked about or interacted with, it doesn't matter how good your content is. It doesn't matter how many people are watching. None of that stuff. It's got to be shared. George Ferris, I'm right-handed, but everybody says my left feels better, even though it feels weaker to me. Yeah, man. My left is predominantly a top roll machine. That's all it does. I do like to hook, but every now and then it just doesn't happen. I have to actively tell myself, to my wrist to actually put down pressure. Otherwise, my hand, just the way the mechanics of my hand, it just wants to go rotation. Anyone who's pulled me knows we'll both be like, yeah, let's hook. And then 2 seconds later, my left hand's rotating. It's just the way it is. I think that's all the questions that I have on there right now, guys. Going back through, side pressure is important, but good back pressure will negate any amount of side pressure because your hand will fail first, and you have to have your hand for side pressure. So if you out back pressure somebody with your strong hand, it's going to feel like they're stuck in the center table and they can't do anything because as soon as they go sideways, their hand goes back. It's a position I love to be in. I find myself there a lot because most dudes I pull like to hook, or they just assume that, yeah, let's hook this guy. He's tall. He's got no bicep, or he's going to be harder to top roll because his arm's longer. Well, you can do either or. Either's a good approach to try and beat me. Probably have more luck trying to top roll, or at least you'll feel like you have more luck top rolling because I won't have access to my rotation right away. I'll actually have to climb a little bit or slip. And I'm not hanging on. To the guys who say, oh, you hang on. Scott, what's up? I used to think hanging on in arm wrestling was important and people were pussies to not hold on, but it's false mechanics. If you hold on to somebody in arm wrestling, you're asking to lose. I mean, it's not a grip sport. This is arm wrestling. Grip sport is about pinching and clamping and squeezing. This has nothing to do with that. This is, I want to feel your power in the base of my palm of my hand, and I'm going to pull you to the pad. That's arm wrestling. So if that happens in a hook or a full hand top roll, so be it. I'm not a finger puller. I'm not going to try and out climb you for the win. It'll be to get to the straps. That's it. As soon as I feel like My fingertips are compromised, I'm out of there. I'm pulling straps. Basically, learn to love the straps. At a higher level, you're not going to have a choice. Period. It's just the way it is. Okay. To gain faster arm wrestling strength, should you go on a bulk? No. I think bulking is just a stupid term that fitness guys use. Eat to your body's needs. If you feel hungry, I mean, don't eat just because you're bored, but I think a lot of people eat just for the sake of eating when they don't even need the calories. As long as you're eating good food, you're fine. I mean, you could practice any sort of eating schedule you would like. I prefer eating windows, so I only eat for about 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours. I guess you can call it intermittent fasting. I'm not super strict on it. It is what it is. I like to have a set schedule so that I keep kind of on pace throughout the week. And it lets you know when you screw up, because you know immediately, if anyone who is out there fasting, you know if you cheat, you feel it immediately. Your body feels it. I gained 2 kg this week because I think it's going to make me stronger. That's not true. Weight doesn't equivalent to strength. If it's good muscle, yeah, but you're not putting muscle on that fast. It takes forever. Just water, hydrate. If you're competing, that's really critical. Quentin Geist asks, how did you get into this awesome sport? 2014. This is kind of a cool story. I'll try and keep it short, but I was living, actually 2013, I was living in my hometown. We've always arm wrestled as kids, my brother and I, growing up. I decided, well, my fiance and I decided to move down here for jobs and stuff, and I was under the impression after seeing Game of Arms come out that I could just go on Craigslist and pick an arm wrestling team from a list of them and just go from there, you know, pick the coolest looking one or whatever. Well, I moved to St. Cloud, didn't find any arm wrestling teams online like I thought. Found Josh Hanlon. He's the undisputed king of Minnesota arm wrestling, and sent him an email. He told me the next time a tournament was happening, and yeah, the rest is history. I started filming that same year, and Josh was filming at the same time. It was just kind of a lot to handle for him, so he asked if I wanted to kind of not really take over, but just kind of focus on filming so that he didn't have to, or at least not worry about it. And yeah, the ball got rolling, and the rest is done. It's 5 years now. 5 years of filming, 5 years of pulling. 5 years, yeah, it's a long time, man. What's the best top roll training tool in my opinion? A strap or a belt. Judo strap. Anything. Just a strap, a belt. Hang weight off the end of it and drape it around either the front half of your knuckles for posting pressure, or drape it around the back half of your hand and then work on rotation, or just holding it in a static lift. That's the single best tool realistically for arm wrestling training in general, because you can use it for rising, rotating. You can put it on the inside of your hand and supinate with it. And you could even put a ball on that said strap, and now you could use it for cupping or different ways of cupping if that's all you have. It's just the best tool. Easily the best tool for arm wrestling training. Who do you think will win WAL this year for heavyweight? I think Michael Todd will win. I love him. The King's move is so exciting. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is Chris Gobby on a fake account. Winter's Bite. Not positive, but I'm going to go ahead and say this could be Chris. I don't know. If it's not, I'm sorry, man, but I get trolled, messed with a lot. I do not think Michael Todd's going to win. I think there'll be enough rule changes to where he might or might not be able to do his King's move like he has in the past. If you've been following any amount of YouTube videos, he's getting roasted, and I mean roasted on a daily basis. And I know WAL sees that. I know they do. He might not care about it, but I know the WAL cares about it, because if you have a brand and you have an alarming population saying that your rules are shit, your refs are shit, and you play favorites, that affects the way that you approach your marketing and tournaments. So I don't know if anything will change or not. They've already talked about changing the weight classes specifically for local events, which is typical WAL bullshit. You cannot plan for anything with those guys. They will literally change stuff on you the week of, or the day of, the hour before the event. It's a fact. Their history is garbage. And if you guys don't look back and see how many times they've screwed people out of money or into contracts, or I'm not a fan of WAL. I never will be. I've never pulled for them. I never will pull for them. I believe in local arm wrestling, keeping local arm wrestling alive. The people who've been doing it for years and years and years. Leonard, Denise, Karen, Frank, Bill. Without those leagues, we won't have any events, you guys. Start going to them. I'm telling you. It's up to you. Every time Michael transitions from a King's move to a press, my heart stops, because at that moment I know he's going to win. It's at that moment that he's most of the time drained people enough with staying under the table that they don't have no power left. And that's fine. I mean, it's a tactic. I'm not going to say it's a technique, but it's a tactic. I'd like to see him arm wrestle center table, see what his hook is like anymore. That's what I'd like to see, but it doesn't always happen. I mean, you can't wish arm wrestlers to arm wrestle a certain way. They don't have to. That's just you know, being greedy. It's just, I would still like to see it, because he used to arm wrestle in a deep hook. Not even that long ago, he was holding John in a hook center table. I mean, he was in a really contorted position and he ended up pinning himself, but still, like, he didn't always have to result to the extended out arm, locked rotator, you know, relying on his wrist. So if you've ever noticed, if somebody doing a King's move doesn't have their wrist in this position when their arm is straightened out, and it's a little bit like this, you can't King's move, because your rotator's not locked out and you're not like pushing sideways. They're not on their, they'll literally straighten your arm out. It'll work every time. That's why you got to come at them. Do not keep pulling, you guys. Come at them. If their King's moving, come at them. Push at them. They can't keep sliding back. They'll foul. If his hand was so strong, Leonardo, he wouldn't need the strap all the time. He'd be able to contain more people out of the strap. But his hand is really strong. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's really strong. I just would like to see different matches go down different ways. Yeah, Mexico, I don't know how many tournaments you guys do a year. I know there's some, but a lot of them you guys come up to here, I think, is how it normally works out. I gotta let my dog out, guys. I'll be right back. He's freaking out. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, dog's outside. Good to go. No more questions. We're all caught up on questions, guys. Okay, so. Oh, Brother Johnson. Lac de Flambeau. Hey, it's Wisconsin. Like that area. You guys are cool. Pretty much some things that we can talk about are can Devin beat Todd without the strap? Probably not. Devin, for the most part, you'll see him pull everyone in the straps. Over the years, the one thing that I've noticed is Devin's wrist riser seems to be one of the first things that fail in his matches. People get out onto his fingers, or they pull his hand down and he just bails and gets out of there. Then the wrist strap, takes care of that. But for the most part, that's what I see happening. If they have a strong enough hand to battle with him, they'll just they'll make him go to the straps. Winter's bite. I live in Scotland and I'm 15 years old, so there are no clubs for me. LOL. I'm planning on joining Zloty Tour when I'm older. Zloty Tour would be fun. It's just really expensive for people in the U.S. Go on Facebook, man. I'm pretty sure you could find some clubs in Scotland area. There's got to be at least some close. There's normally people everywhere. There's a 4-event series in Ohio, Stump Crew Arm Wrestling Facebook. Could you guys come down and do a video? When you say you guys, I guess I don't know exactly who you mean. MBK Media Productions, you guys, is one person. You're looking at him. This guy. That's it. I go to events. I film entire events. I travel in my van. I drive. I don't fly. I drive. Most events I go to are 10 hours one way. Unfortunately, for me to travel to an event like that, I do have to get booked because I just can't do these out of my own pocket anymore. I don't work the typical job that most people do. I work a part-time job for a logistics company, and I have a sugar mama at home. Anyone who knows, knows. Smoke show. So, basically, for me to go to an event, I have a price list on my Facebook page, but the event, like my travel and lodging's got to be paid. I don't have to stay at a hotel. I can stay with an arm wrestler. I'm totally cool. But I have to have at least a place to stay. I want my travel covered or my gas covered. I don't need to be paid mileage, but I do want at least my gas covered. And then depending on how many days of filming, the price is normally negotiable a little bit depending on exactly how long of the day is going to be for filming. But 2018 prices were $100 per day filming. 2019 prices, yeah, I started to do the math. They've doubled, guys. Essentially, for me to go to an event and film all day from start to finish, it's going to cost $200. So if it costs $100 in gas and somebody provides a house for me to stay at, it's going to cost them $300. $100 in gas, $200 to film the event. Done. It's not that bad. But if they have to provide a hotel, 2 nights, that could be anywhere from $100 to $200. Then they got gas, $100 to $200, and then $200 to film. So a medium to big size event would be like $500. Anyone who knows video guys and what they do for average prices, that is bottom of the barrel. Realistically, most people won't even answer your message for that price, and that's where I differ from most everyone else. I don't charge an arm and a leg, but I do expect a couple of things. Most of the guys I work with are totally upfront on that. I'd like to compete at the event. If I could have a table to set up some shirts and stuff to sell. That's also pretty awesome. But for the most part, yeah, those are the prices. The event's got to be paid for to travel, lodging, all that stuff, and then $200 a day. It's dirt cheap. You won't find anyone else to do that work, and I don't even charge to edit. So, granted, these last runs of videos haven't been the quickest. My track record before that, I could get an event done within 2 weeks. You know, about 40, 50 hours of editing. So it is what it is. I'm going to keep filming. You guys are probably going to keep watching, I assume. So we'll just keep going. Keep the ball rolling. Okay, hold on here. So yeah, Mike, if you guys want me to come down to Ohio, get at me on Facebook and we can get a quote together. We can talk about it and go from there. Chris Ireland, hard to win against the Kings move with the strap. You just got to come at them, Chris. You got to push at them, go towards them. Essentially, yeah, that's what you have to do. Any word on anyone pulling Doug Ehrlich for $1,000? No word yet. It's a pretty bold call out. I don't think there's that many people. There's less than 5 people that I think could even really answer the call, but I still give Doug the nod. I just don't see anyone beating him. I really don't. My intro gets you pumped as soon as you hear it. Cool, man. Glad. I'm really happy that the intro is being liked by people. I really enjoy it, and it's made the channel kind of a different feel, a bit more professional. No more questions. I was going to say something important. Okay. Any other venues looking at besides the brewery? Nolan's asking that. That'll be the event that we probably run. Well, I'm looking to run 3 events this year, spring, summer, and fall. Summer is going to be more than likely a St. Cloud event. I'm looking at a venue in St. Cloud. And then probably looking at turning the birthday bash, which we've done every year. This will be the 5th year. It's a birthday party for myself. I turned 33 this year. Last year, I think we had over 30 people for an arm wrestling practice. So I just figured why not turn that into a tournament. We did custom awards last year for King of the Table and challenge matches and stuff like that. So we're going to go from there. This year's my first event that I'll ever run, or I have ever run, is the MBK Spring Classic. It's in Hutchinson, Minnesota, March 16th. Novice are getting arm wrestling training tools. Here's one. It's like a wrist wrench look-alike. It's a 2 7/8 diameter, I believe. That's first place for novice. Second place for novice gets a single point attachment tool, so you can roll it up on one side, work cupping through pronation, or you can spin it around, wrap it up on the bottom, and work cupping through supination. That's first and second. Third place gets an arm wrestling slip strap, and then all competitors will get a wooden plaque that's custom wood burned with the event logo and what place you got, that type of thing. So basically, yeah, just events on deck would be immediately Wisconsin State's February 16th. And then I'm doing the Arnold Classic in Ohio, March 1st and 2nd. And then will be March 16th, MBK Spring Classic. What's up, Shane? What's up, Turul? Shit, I can't say shit. What do you mean? Chris Ireland, you from the north. Woo, I'm in Winnipeg. Yeah, I'm in central Minnesota, Chris, but I'm from northern Minnesota. If you know where Bemidji is, I'm not far. Well, I'm from not far from there. I guess, yeah, what can't you say, Shane? No more questions. We blasted through those. Venues wise, yeah, I'm just looking at keeping them family orientated. The little bit more rough bar scene doesn't work too well. You end up dealing with a lot of drunk people. Um, I kind of want to keep it more family orientated, and I'm not running events um, geared up for. I guess I don't even want to say that, but if a lot of pros don't show up, I'm not gonna cry all that hard. I mean, I want them to show up, but I understand. I'm doing 100% cash payouts for pros. So first place will get 50% of the entry fees. Second place will get 30%. Third place will get 20%. So pro money that they make will depend solely on who shows up for the event. Excuse me. I'm not really focusing on them because I want to grow arm wrestling within my area, which is central Minnesota. We're going to be doing arm wrestling training tools for novice. As long as I run events, that's what you're going to get for winning a novice class. You're going to get a plaque that, says you were there, you won whatever class you won, and then you're going to get a training tool, whether it be a cupping tool, a wrist strap, a pronation strap. It's going to be pretty basic. I'm going to cycle through the basic arm wrestling tools and keep giving them out. That way I can at least give the novice people a direction to go and give them something to look forward to in their training, keep coming back. And ideally, if they smash the novice class, they're probably done. That's going to be up to my discretion, is whether or not you're a novice or a pro. I don't even really want to call it pro. We'll just call it open. So whether or not you can pull the novice class or the open class, pro class. Actually, I suppose it is a pro class because you're going to win money, so I can't call it open. But none of us are really pros. We might not be able to compete in the novice class, but that doesn't mean that we're professional arm wrestlers. That's kind of a fake term. Oh, cold as balls. Yeah, it's cold here, man. This morning it was 20 below, no wind chill. So I imagine it's probably 10 below now, no wind chill, something like that. What's up with Handlin? He's not active anymore. He's training for arm wrestling. He still comes to practice. He came to last Thursday's practice. He comes to weekends practice. Got a message. Sorry, guys. Brain fart. He's not running tournaments at the moment because it just takes a big toll on him, and he wanted to take a break. And I came at him and asked him if he wanted to help me run events, and he said he'd be more than happy. So we're kind of on this adventure for now. But dog's got to come inside, guys. 1 second. Okay. Cold as balls. Yeah, that's kind of how everything goes with announce something big. Dude. Okay. That's funny. I am pulling 154s now. Been pulling 154 since last July. July I made the class, and then I pulled 154s at the USAA Pro-Am in Hinton, Oklahoma. That had been August 4th. I got second left, third right-handed, and then I pulled Michigan State's. I went undefeated right-handed and got second place left-handed, And then I pulled the Fallen Heroes 3 tournament. I went second place left-handed, fourth place right-handed. Right wasn't feeling all that well that day. No excuses. I mean, obviously an excuse, but just everyone was stronger. WAL setup, I really didn't want to do that, but it is what it is. There was no choice. So you got to do that. There you go. Hey, Winter's Bite. I'm pretty sure this guy said he can help you out with a club. He goes to one in Edinburgh or Burr, and there's another in Glasgow. So hit up James Stewart. He might be able to help you out. People call me enthusiastic. Really? That's weird. Cool. Thanks, Shane. Yeah, I made the choice because I naturally walk around at 170, and pulling the 176 class for almost 4 years, losing to national champions takes a toll on you. But more than that, traveling to different events and pulling 200-pound juice monsters, cutting down to 76, doesn't really sound fun to me. And all the guys who say, just get stronger at your weight, stop bitching, they have friends who pull tournaments and cut weight 30-plus pounds to get into a lighter class. So those people can just pound sand. I don't give a shit. I'm going to pull the classes that I want to pull, and that's how it is. I'm probably going to focus on 165 if there is any tournaments. I just don't see there being any tournaments besides WAL. That's going to be the weight that I focus on staying at, because then I can easily make 154. I mean, it's pretty quick, pretty simple. I got some super matches I got planned. I just got to get a schedule set together and then talk to these people about getting the matches set up. Yeah, that's... Oh, be quick on the early go. Challenge Ryan Blue Bowling. I've never heard of him. Who's he? Yeah, exactly. See, I don't even know who that is. So you cut 15 pounds for tourneys to go. The press 88. So you cut 15 pounds for tourneys. You go 170, 154. How do you cut? Actually, Kelly, I don't exactly cut the weight, really. I walk around at 170, and that's eating everything that I want and training all the time. And if I have a tournament coming up like Wisconsin or the Arnold that I want to make 154, I'll just cut out carbs, still eat, a normal amount of calories. I'll just cut out carbs, and then the week of the tournament will be really strict. Little bit of caloric deficit, not much. Just keep me right on that threshold so that I burn up all the extra crap in between days. I'll start the week of the tournament. My goal is to be 165. And then by that Friday of early weigh-ins, I'll be 162, 161. And I load water about 2 gallons every day. So then come Friday, I just no water about 6 a.m. and sweat it out. 7 pounds, give or take. It's easy. For me anyways, it's easy. I load water, so then when I get in that bathtub, it just falls off. Yeah, the bullshit about people getting stronger, you can only do too much. That was a jab at somebody on Facebook. They told me to stop being scared and just pull my weight when the person that they worship cuts 30-plus pounds, pull big events. So it was me taking a dig at people who try to troll me on Facebook. And when I cut my water, it's a hot bath, Kelly. Strictly just as hot as I can take it, the water. That's about it. Just blast it out of you as quick as you can. What were my thoughts when interviewing Jeff Hale? I'm pretty sure you got me confused, man. I never interviewed Jeff Hale. I am not Artem from Florida. I am American. Pound for pound arm wrestling show. Oh, that guy. Yeah. I don't really foresee him coming to Minnesota. Nobody's going to run events for him. So it's kind of along the same lines of PAF. Nobody will run events for different leagues in Minnesota. We're a different state. We run events for arm wrestling, not for promoters for the most part. We'll have different leagues that run events here that are affiliated every now and then, and they get really good support, but it's because the events that the leagues that they're affiliated with are long-standing leagues that people support. Yeah, we're not about bringing in a ton of new events just to do it when people have plenty of plastic awards and Facebook likes. We're just not in the business of that. Yes, I know who he is. Now that you say that, I'm just not a fan. Not a huge fan. I got one with black ice soon myself. Must be a super match Shane's talking about. Mike Hobbs, I want one of your shirts, but I'm a 6L. Can you make it happen? Get at me, Mike, before that Ohio event if I do end up going down there, or when I put in my next order. You'll have to prepay for your shirt. 6XL is going to be a little bit more money. Anything over 2XL costs, I think, $5 more. But 6XL shipping included should be right around $35. I'm not positive, but I will let you know. Syracuse WAL tourney tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I wish them the best of luck, but I don't support WL. Never have, never will. I filmed one of their events, and when I got to their event to film it, they played 21 questions with me, made me feel pretty stupid, and then asked me what I was going to do with the footage when I was done with it, a bunch of other stuff. I didn't feel welcome at all. Yeah, I got some of the best footage I've ever got from that event. Will never, ever not say that it was quality pullers. It was the best pullers I've ever been around, but I hate their rules. Their refs are shoddy at best. There's absolutely no follow through and commitment to the pullers. It's all about making money, and I'm not for that. Arm wrestling's not a business that you're ever going to always make money from. Yeah, you can make money here and there, but you need to be okay with taking big losses a lot. And if you're not, don't be into arm wrestling. You're not going to make no money. You're going to spend money. That's all you're going to do, and you're going to be hurt. Any arm wrestler who trains hard is battling a nagging injury of some sort. It's just, that's the way it is. Whether you want to admit that you're slightly injured or not, or you're battling stuff, is up to you. But that's the way it is. But we've been on for 60 minutes. We got 15 viewers, which is pretty good, man. I want to say thanks to everyone who's tuning in to watch. 15 people, that's 15 people more than last time, so it's pretty cool. Other than what's already been asked, besides the basic questions, is there anything else you guys want to know about? I mean, I could probably bring the camera into the gym if you guys want a quick tour of the gym. I'll let you guys decide. Other than that, man, I hate saying that. My supervisor at work says that all the time, and I make fun of him by saying OTT. So I gotta stop. I gotta stop doing that. We will, yeah, keep talking about upcoming tournaments. Wisconsin, Syracuse tomorrow. I know there's a super match with Ryan Espy and Jeff Dabe coming up February 2nd. February 9th, there's a, I don't know where it is, but I know Kenny Smith is pulling Paul Talbot left-handed. Got to give the nod to Paul. Love that dude. I've filmed him many events, and anytime I get to hang out with Paul, it's a good time. So good luck to the pullers. Pull hard. Be a good show. I don't know exactly what's on the line. Regional in Chicago. Oh yeah, that was, yeah, you were there, man. Film a tournament or interview some arm wrestlers here in Mexico. We love to have. Yeah, Leonardo, I'd love to too, man. But realistically, that trip would cost me probably $1,500, $2,000, and I just don't have any money, not like that, to just be going places. Definitely love to see the setup. Winner's Bite. I just want you to watch WAL. Please make analysis of the matches. You're so smart. Like I said before, man, I'm new to the sport. I'm only 5 years in. I know a little bit about a little bit. That's all that I'll say. I'll give my input on it, but nobody really cares what I have to say for the most part. They just want new videos. Espy or Dabe? Okay, so this is the first time that I've ever talked about this publicly on media, but I love both the dudes a ton. I filmed Ryan at North Dakota event in 2017. He came down and watched my super match, and then he had a super match. He won his undefeated. I won mine undefeated, so it was a pretty cool day. I'm going to go Ryan on this one. Only because track history, pretty sure Ryan's got the wins over Jeff. This is just an assumption. I know Jeff has started training recently some, but I'd be willing to bet that Ryan's training harder. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a big match. I think it's gonna go one way, but you never know. Jeff has shocked a ton of people when he gets put into big matches, so anything can happen. But right now, I go Espy. Why does Dave Chafee not top 8? He's way stronger than half or most of the top 8 chosen because of contracts, Peter. The WAL has a contract where if they're busy in their year, because they don't always tell people they can't compete other places, but if they're busy or they have a big year coming up, they try and tell their athletes that they cannot compete outside of the WAL. So Devin's affected, Michael Todd's affected, Matt Mask is affected, all of them. Dave Chafee, Hutchings, it's a crock of shit is what it is. So, but whatever. It is what it is. Can't get mad at it. Those matches would just have to be set up outside of that, and then if they do get streamed, then the WAL will try and flex their, lawyer money on you and threaten you or whatever they're going to do, but it just is what it is. Okay, 1 second, guys. We've been on here for an hour. We got 15 dudes. I'm going to go into the gym quick, just take a quick spin around and then come back. Okay, here's the gym. Computer, another table over there, one table there, one table there. Training table, pulley set up. I got one waist tie, and then I got another pulley up high there. Got some dumbbells, 100-pounder, 86-pounder, 50-pounder. Some various handles, lots of cupping tools, mostly hand and wrist focused tools. Lots of shirts hanging around. Yeah, look at all my medals, guys. I care so much about them. I don't. These are novice medals and a couple arm wrestling promotion medals. The medals I care about are up here. It's my Michigan State Gorillas from last year and my Pro-Am medals, and then my Fallen Heroes eagle in the center. That's that, guys. Gym's pretty simple. It's a small room. Got some training ropes, climbing ropes, whatever. Got a pegboard, a couple of different pegs. Got some risers, combat arm sports tables. If you're looking for a solid table with a lot of customization, it's the way to go. That's the first banner that I ever had my logo put on, so I was lucky enough to get that from the promoter. Thank you, Seth. That's it, guys. If you have any questions about what I'm training with or how I'm training, just let me know in the comment section. Other than that, we're going back to the computer station because the internet's shaky. Actually, my phone's going to probably die, so... Okay. Yeah, so quick gym tour. That's how that goes. How often in a week good to work arms only? I work arms every day, Peter. Every day. Recovery time. I'll do recovery lifts part of the day or the next day or however it works out, but I'm working arms every day, no matter what. When you train 1 hour a day, you take 2 days off. That's a long time to be taking off. I normally lift about 4 hours a day. That's every day, give or take. I mean, it might not be 4 hours of intense lifting, but I am in my gym doing arm wrestling specific training for 4 hours off and on. And even then, I feel like I didn't do enough. And if you're not asking yourself that question, hey, did I do enough today? Or did I go hard enough today? Or could I do more? The answer is always yes. It's always yes. Period. What do I mean when I say recovery lifts? Okay, so basically, when I say recovery lifts, I mean... doing the same movements that you would for arm wrestling, just with lighter weight. So 5, 10, 15 pounds. Probably 20 pounds would be the most that I did anything. And you're just trying to force blood into the areas that are all banged up, which is going to be your elbow, forearm if you have some issues in there. For the most part, back of your elbow, like your brachialis running up into the top of your arm. That's about it. Just do the same movements, just do them with more volume and less intensity, less weight. How can you train so much without letting the muscle heal? I sleep every night, man. The muscle heals at night. At least that's my thinking. I do hot and cold water to recover. Strongman do it and let them go crazy. Yeah, I take hot baths and to help in my recovery with Epsom salt and some mineral salt. It helps a lot. I know people have some good results with cold remedies, whether it be ice or just standing outside if you're in a cold enough area. Ouch. I will go outside after I get out of my hot bath to cool down quicker sometimes, just because it kind of feels good. And sweating like that's pretty brutal if you're not trying to cut weight. And I always hydrate when I am taking my hot baths. Is it okay to try best go straight to heavyweight after warm-up to increase gains every time around? No, I would say it depends on what your table training regiment looks like. If you're lifting once a week, or sorry, if you're training on the table once a week, you really don't need to focus too terribly much on heavy lifting outside of arm wrestling, as long as your arm wrestling session's intense. If you're not getting an intense session, then you should probably lift heavy at least once, maybe twice in between your next arm wrestling table session. I'm lifting heavy probably once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on how intense my table sessions are. But I have table training Monday and Thursday, and then again on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm lifting every day in between my table training, and I'm on the table sometimes 3 times a week. So it kind of just depends on, you got to play it by ear, listen to your body. If you're hurting, or if you're hurt in some areas, don't go there. Well, thanks, Winter's Bite. I'm glad that you like the stream, and you're gonna watch more videos. I'm just trying to help new dudes show my arm. Rocky Master. There. It's a long forearm. It's not that big, man. It's pretty weak. For the most part, yeah, you just train accordingly. Don't go hard just for the sake of going hard. Don't do ego lifts just because you want to post it on Facebook. A lot of the time, you're going to get more benefits from training medium weight or medium intensity for longer periods of time. Might not look that good on camera or be that impressive to your friends, but it'll transfer to the table a lot more. The more you focus on time under tension and the ability to stay in your power zone is going to help you more. Doing a bunch of reps really only benefits blood flow and recovery. So when people ask whether or not I do full range or lots of reps or lots of sets, it all depends on what kind of training I'm doing. If I'm doing blood flow recovery training, yeah, I'm doing hundreds and hundreds of reps and sets. But if I'm trying to peak for a specific event, I might be doing 3 to 5 sets. Everything's written down. Everything's charted, all of my weights. I try and gauge how strong I feel throughout training, and then just look forward to the rest period. I don't think there's any other questions, guys. I've kept you on here for over an hour and 15 minutes. So it says wait. Oh, some guys are funny. I just started training this year to compete, maybe next year, and I usually warm up the go from max weight to light till I can't lift anymore. Yeah, you'll build power into that 1 to 5 rep range, but I feel like I'll probably build more power if I were to take a medium weight and just hold it for a minute long. I mean, that's kind of a poor example, but versus just doing like 1 to 5 reps, I just don't see any, or I haven't seen any benefits really from doing that. I don't know. I like to actually feel like I'm working hard. I just don't feel like anything's really working that way. I probably should lift heavier more often, but anytime that I do lift heavy, I end up getting hurt. So it kind of sucks either way. But hey, guys, I got to get to my training, and Maybe we'll go live on that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to do a quick edit session today, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, shout out to everyone who commented and tuned in to the stream. You guys have been awesome. None of this happens without you. I mean, what you guys don't quite understand is without support, this channel doesn't function. It doesn't happen. There's no point in me making videos if nobody wants to watch them. So just keep being awesome, keep being you, and we'll see you guys in the near future. What do I mean static hold for a minute? Sorry, I see there's some questions here at the last second. Oh, here we go. Static hold. Just hold the weight in an arm wrestling position for a minute. That's what static holds are. You're just trying to stay in the same static position with whatever you're doing. What's up, Tim? Mackenzie Johnson, what's up? Love the stuff, buds. Love the little Q&A. Thanks, man. Just kind of decided to try it. YouTube had some new features for live, and I wanted to check out the new camera on the phone and see how the quality looked. It looks really good. I don't know if this is how it looks for you guys, but it looks clear on my end. There's still 10 of us watching, so I don't know. Is there anything else? Does anyone want anything weird to happen before the end of the video? I mean, we could do something different. We could answer a weird question, or we could do, I don't know, whatever. See you in 3 weeks, Tim. Wisconsin States is coming quick, but it's going to be fun. 54s will be fun. Enjoy. I would say to anyone who pulls me in the future, if you're not willing to hold on, we're pulling into the straps. Fact. Can I whoop Gabi or what? Oh, Chris came to Michigan State's last year. First time I had met him. I always knew he was a bit of a troll, but I knew he was a pretty good dude at heart. Had a great time, filmed all of his matches. We never got to arm wrestle at the tournament, at the end of it, or after pull or anything. I definitely would like to pull him. I know he's going to have way too much power inside, but I think my leverage in my hand, right-handed, I don't want to say I'm pretty confident, but I'm fairly confident I could take his hand. Left-handed, that's a different story. He's quite the little monster, left-handed. So, I mean, I'd like to think that I could maybe do a little something with him, but realistically, he'd probably just slam me inside and pull me down in a hook. Never know, though. Never know. But yeah, he's a pretty good dude. We started Arm Hub with Herman, and let me tell you guys what, that is going to be huge. Next week's show is going to be even better, and they're going to get better and better and better every time. This was cool. This will be like a nice in-between. If I keep doing live sessions here sporadically, it'll be a nice kind of go-between. Talk to you guys a little bit more on a more personal level. Share some things. I don't really talk to you guys all that much, and I mean, there's over 10,000 of you guys now, so you know, the more comments, the more questions, the more stuff gets asked, the more interaction there'll be, the more cool stuff. We can always do new stuff. You guys just got to give me ideas. If you want to see different things, that's what I need. Just let him leave. I'm good, man. I'm just hanging out. I'm getting ready to do my training session. If somebody has extra questions, I'm going to answer them. But if not, I'm good. There's 9 of us on here. Sound like Devin when you flexed. Well, here's the deal. I like to think that I'm just a smaller version of Devin Larratt. Oh, wait. I got to get that. he gets... There you go. There's the Devin Larratt pose for everyone who wanted to see it. I'm like a 170-pound version of Devin in my dreams. See you guys.